Howdy, folks. My name's Marble, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, my name is Ray, and my pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Mars, and my pronouns are they, them. And it's time to draw a card from the deck of friendship. This is a podcast where each and every week, except for last week, we watch and review episodes of an anime based on a real-life game. And it's the finale, kind of, y'all.
Yeah.
It's finale-esque.
We made it. It's at the very least, it's the climax of the show.
Yeah, it's finale adjacent.
Yeah.
Although there are 9 more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! After this. I don't know offhand how many episodes of Deck of Friendship that's going to be, but... Oh, 8 more episodes.
3 more.
8 more episodes, actually.
It's at least 3 more episodes.
at least 3 more episodes, I think 4. So... this is Yugi versus Pegasus, Match of the Millennium, and Aftermath. We are just tying it all together because this is just kind of the finale arc.
And we wanted to see what happens after the match.
And we needed to see what happened. We were watching for, almost 2 hours and at that point, and we were already there. We weren't going to wait another week to find out what happened.
We had a sleepover.
We did have a sleepover.
I'm wearing my cozy pajamas, and we watched Yu-Gi-Oh!
I ate multiple burgers.
I ate, brie. Lots of brie. I'm gonna get sick later, but it's fine.
It's fine.
I ate lots of chips and a lot of cookies, actually.
Yay!
Nice. It was fun. We're here.
We're here.
It's Pegasus beatdown time.
Pegasus has left the building. No, not quite yet. We'll get there. Of course. I was gonna talk about the official character and monster guide for Yami Yugi, just so I could read his description really quick, because it's important to me.
Okay.
So, my friend Matt, who I'd like to give a quick shout out to, he's at Mugen251, that's MUGEN 251 on Twitter, gave me this Yami Yugi official character and monster guide by Scholastic. I just like to read Yugi Moto's description because it's important to me. Birthday, June 4th. Astrological sign, Gemini. Education, 11th grade. Favorite food, hamburger. Least favorite food, pickled shallots. Rivals, Seto Kaiba. And so this guide has all of the monsters that Yugi has in his deck up to a certain point, I believe. So I want to read off these sick descriptions once we get to the... Not for all the monsters in this episode, because there's like 800 of them, but I want to use this guide for the big ones, like the stingers, because like... There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of big monsters in this one.
These were quite... Well, we did just watch 5 episodes of an anime.
6.
6. Wow, yeah, huh, time flies.
Time wizard.
Time wizard flies. Just kidding, he just kind of hovers off the ground.
Time wizard is immune to ground-type attacks.
Hey,
it's
Taya,
true.
Why did Tristan throw my time wizard out the window?
She threw it in the ocean to make the Duelist Kingdom more difficult for me. She said I had it too easy for too long.
I mean, Ray, I saw the joke you were trying to do. I just want to acknowledge the joke you were trying to do.
To make time wizard fly, hey!
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my God, Ray, you did it! That was funny!
You don't have to give me pity at 2:24 a.m. in the morning. It's fine.
No, it wasn't pity. I just didn't get it until 30 seconds ago.
It's late at night.
Ray's a sleepy pee-pee.
This is the confrontational part of the sleepover.
Yeah, this is the part where we dig down dirty, open the closet, and talk about all the bad things.
We're gonna roast Pegasus.
Yeah, we are.
But I'm an integral part of the cast.
Not anymore.
Croquet, what? What a twist!
Okay, yeah. Croquet. No, don't let Bakura in here. It's fine.
But I was having a moment. I was having my cool moment fun.
You told us it wasn't
Croquet,
your department.
If you call it a cool moment, it's not really like
it's
cool.
It wasn't okay. All right.
Yeah, it's fine, Croquet. It's cool. No,
can you just get us some tea and
cool
like
moment. Yeah, no,
maybe some chocolate.
Do you
feels terrible.
Any sugar or honey?
That's what the chocolate's for.
Wait, chocolate in your tea? I don't...
No!
Okay.
Go! Away! Pegasus, how do you... Anyway, okay.
This is a weird energy to start the episode with.
We need to start.
So, Pegasus, what's up with that?
What's up with Pegasus, yo?
It's duel time.
What's up with Pegasus?
It's literally duel time where every single thing that happened this season comes back to haunt us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like Toon World.
Except Mai isn't featured at all because her story is...
What the heck?
Well, her story's not related to Pegasus' story, so whatever.
Her character arc wrapped up, but also I feel like at this point she is friends enough that she should have been there.
Yeah, honestly.
Or at the very least, she wouldn't have been out of place there at all. I think she would have helped.
and how powerful and cool would it have been if in the final moments of episode 5 or whatever, like when all of Yugi's friends are using their friend energy, how cool and powerful would it be if Mai was there?
Yeah.
How cool and powerful would it be if Mai showed up at the last minute and gave the final push?
And handed Yugi the lost pieces of Exodia.
Oh, yes.
It would have been great, but it just shows that Mai is not part of the core cast at this point.
Yeah, but she
because Bakura got knocked out too. We should acknowledge that
she has. Yeah, we should acknowledge that she has had 2 Deus Ex Machinas so far.
Whew.
I mean, yeah.
She couldn't have a third.
Oh me, oh my.
Valentine?
Yes. So Pegasus and Yugi duel. That's literally what happens. That's the plot.
Yeah, like we know the stakes, right?
Grandpa, Kaiba,
yeah, Mokuba, Croquet,
Toon World.
We got Toon World.
Let's start with Toon World.
Yeah, we gotta. They played Toon World again.
Okay,
right, so
first
here's
off,
the thing,
we should
right?
clarify. We're not going to go turn by turn.
We can't go turn by turn.
Because
there's
5,900 turns.
We're going to be jumping around a little bit, but we're just going to talk about our favorite parts if we do that.
So I think that we're going to have... Listen. Hey, Mars, Ray. Hey, Mars. Hey, Ray.
Marble?
This is a sleepover. I think that it's okay if we take it easy and relax and talk about these episodes that we really, really, really enjoyed.
Yeah, these were good episodes. We should say that up front, too. These are good episodes.
These had me on the edge of my seat. Even when I, it's the end of the... Well, we're not the end of the season, but this is the climactic duel. Like, you kind of get the feeling that Yugi's probably gonna win. But there was some genuine twists and turns throughout. And
honestly,
it was just an absolute joy to watch. So, yeah, we're not going to take it turn by turn, but in exchange, we are going to gush about how amazing this duel was at all of the most important points.
Yes.
So
I know Mars said Toon World.
I know I said Toon World.
But I have one thing before that.
I also we might have the same thing. But,
okay, so...
But you go first.
I took notes. And I have about 4 lines of notes, and then I just have the word egg in all caps circled. And that's where my notes end, because that's the turning point, when Rio Ran is summoned and we all just yell egg over and over for about 5 minutes.
Because Pegasus starts making egg puns when he summons...
Yeah!
When he summons... What's it called?
Ryu Ran.
Also, I just want to give credit where credit is due, because... there are famously no more egg puns left. There's excellent, and that's about it. But Marble Cantus...
I said excellent, remember that?
But Marble Gamer Cantus came up with a new one.
What did I say? I don't even remember.
What did she say?
Egasus.
Oh my
Egasus? Egasus, now you're just egging me on.
That's excellent.
Honestly, it's a little tough to crack. I think I'm having an existential crisis.
Okay, things are getting a little bit scrambled now. We should probably get back into it.
You thought there were none left.
You underestimate our egg.
I'm a hard-boiled detective.
What's the case? To try to find the rest of the egg puns. Where'd they go?
Maybe they're in the rest of the episodes.
I think
hopefully I'll be able to crack the case.
I think I figured it out. I think it was poachers.
Oh my god! You know, detective, you may be a rookie, but you're really coming out of your shell.
Why? Well, let's look on the sunny side of things and get back into the duel.
Omelet.
Yo.
Hey, that was a good yoke.
You know what? Here's one. Egg.
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 In all caps in Ray's notes. Egg.
Egg. No,
Egg.
it's not a joke. That's my last. It's kind of shaped like an egg.
In the
Actually,
morning, first thing that I do. Eggs.
put on a little makeup.
I was singing this song from Land Before Time too. Can we Art Ghost pod that song into this episode just because it's about eggs? Can we listen to it really quick?
Come on.
It's thematically relevant.
Okay.
We got so much episode to do. Can I just say, though, about Ryoran? This isn't a card corner, but I do want to read its description. A vicious little dragon sheltered in an egg that looks deceptively harmless.
Ooh woo.
Ooh, woo.
It just needed an ooh woo.
Alright, so this duel.
So that's one.
Here's the deal. First episode is basically just Yugi playing cards, trying to have a normal duel, forgetting that Pegasus can read minds, and then Pegasus says, I can read your mind!
And
he still doesn't top deck.
believe it.
I expected him to top deck at some point, and he never did.
He never did.
Because they wanted to get rid of that early on.
Was much cooler, I will say.
Yes.
So that's that.
That's episode 1. We got one sentence on episode 1. That's how quick we're going. That's how quick we're going.
Yeah, episode 1 out. We're done. We talked about the eggs. That's the only important piece.
That's the only important part.
Egg, and here's the thing. Egg.
And might I say...
Well, was anything happen? Oh, Tristan leaves to find Mokuba.
You know what? I think this...
Actually, that is important.
Here's the thing. Should we just talk about the whole Bakura side plot just now?
Yeah. Because
Cause
it's kind of short. We can get through it pretty
It's
quickly.
kind of short. It's split up across the whole of the 5 episodes, and we'll kind of, I don't know if, we'll come back to it when we're talking about Aftermath.
Yeah.
But, for the purpose of the 5 episodes, let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, we got the buddy cop team up that we never expected but needed.
Yeah.
Tristan and evil Bakura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Bakura, and not Yami Bakura, but Bakura, little Bakura, is pretty evil on his own. I'm not even sure that he needs the ring to be evil.
I don't think
he's just baseline a little bit. He's he fluctuates between 40 and 60% evil at all times.
I didn't take it as Bakura being evil. I always thought it was the spirit of the ring doing all that.
Oh, well, it's easy enough to blame the ring once everything's gone to heck.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
I mean, I guess there are no real rules with the Millennium items.
Yeah.
I mean, they revealed that it was the ring.
He seemed to be a nice boy after we'll get there.
Right.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. I lied. I just remembered what happened after that.
Here's the thing. Evil Bakura said that regular Bakura betrayed him. And that's why he was looking for a new vessel.
Yeah, he did say that, but at the same time, little Bakura shows up all the time throughout in these episodes as little Bakura, and then just sort of casually morphs into big Bakura.
Yeah, I took that,
if you will.
I took that as the spirit taking over during those times. But that was me.
Maybe.
That's how I took it.
But I'm suspicious of little Bakura.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, we haven't seen the end of it, so...
So, in terms of episode 36, the second episode of this part, Yami, Bakura, and Tristan get cornered by 2 guards, and then Bakura just uses cards in real life?
Yeah.
He uses chain energy to trap the guards from Mario Castle.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk? I'm sorry. Can we talk about Tristan dressing up as a knight for a second?
Oh God, yeah, that's the most important part. I can't believe I forgot that.
So before Tristan and Bakura meet up, Tristan leaves on his own and goes back into the depths of the castle. and he is about to get caught by some guards before he quick changes into a knight costume. Costume is armor.
It's
It's just armor laying around
he
the
steals one of the
castle.
decorative suits of armor that's in the hallway.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Those are the words I was trying to say.
He climbs inside of it as a little disguise.
Very quickly.
Extremely quickly and completely silently.
Yeah, with all of the skills that Shaggy Rogers of the Scooby Gang employs in many
Shaggy's
an
last
episode.
name is Rogers?
You know what this implies?
Shaggy's last name is Rogers.
I was not aware of that.
I think this implies that Tristan does theater and has gotten used to changing clothes very quickly.
Right, yeah. I think that's probably totally true. And I think,
It adds a lot of depth to my character.
I think the reason why Tristan was so drawn to theater is because of all the stage fighting.
Yes, exactly. Because he's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
And he's very animated, too.
But then he found a love for theater, a love for the written word.
Yeah.
And so that's our canon explanation why
he becomes
Tristan.
Dark Souls.
Tristan is low-key the most important character in this show.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. I would go as far as to say mid-key.
Mid-key.
He questions everything weird when the others don't.
He's like, Pegasus can read minds. Meanwhile, everyone is like, wow, how is Pegasus so good at card games?
We better find Mokuba's body.
Meanwhile, Pegasus is just basically screaming, "I'm reading your mind!"
He literally keeps saying that. And, the thing about it is that the Kaiba Corp, investors or stock fam, whatever that you call them, the mysterious... The Big Five, the mysterious suited folk, are supposedly recording this duel.
Yeah.
So if Pegasus wins, they can broadcast it to the world and regain Kaiba Corp's reputation because they'll see that the infamous Yugi Moto who beat Kaiba in a duel has been defeated by Pegasus. The problem with that is that Pegasus won't stop talking about how much he's cheating.
Yeah.
Yugi, you just pulled the Dark Magician. You just pulled Summon Skull. I'm cheating!
And the rest of the cards in your hand are this, and this.
Whatever plan the Big Five have, clearly Pegasus doesn't know about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No.
He's like, we're just alone in this room dueling. It's fine. No one here to hold me accountable.
Does Pegasus even know he's being recorded right now?
They're gonna dub over his lines. He's gonna be like, Yugi boy, I can see that you are a very experienced duelist. I am excited to be here with you.
Have at you.
Have at you. Let's enjoy a respectable game
you were
of Duel
probably
Monsters.
wondering why I put my card in defense mode.
The card you are holding is Summon Skull, and I know that because
You told me, thank you.
My name is Pegasus, and I stole from my mom's purse.
All right. So yes,
Pegasus
Bakura,
is just being problematic about cheating the whole time.
Yeah, Bakura meets up with Tristan because here Bakura reveals another power of the Millennium Ring, which is being able to read radio frequencies, maybe?
Yeah, kinda. That was weird.
Sure, I'll buy it.
Croquet was on the radio with guards, and Bakura's like, let me hone in on that signal real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just... He had to adjust the little dangles on the Millennium Ring, antennae, just to get the signal to come through clear.
Yeah, just... Cursed ring!
Cursed ring.
And so...
Nobody uses AM radio anymore.
Bakura is a big ham radio enthusiast.
Oh
he is,
God.
Yes.
Well, he's on the forest a lot, as a cryptid, so...
Yeah.
As a cryptid, of course.
Yeah, Bakura has spent so much time trying to decipher those number stations. Just so much time.
You'll get it one day, Bakura.
One day, Bakura. That's why he's accumulating Millennium items, is to decipher the number stations.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the goal.
So then Tristan and Bakura get cornered by a bunch of guards.
Yeah.
And this is perhaps the worst for me to look at and think about in an existential sense, because Bakura uses Man-Eater Bug to attack the guards, and he can just summon them from the Shadow Realm and make them real.
Yeah.
And then uses the Morphing Jar to send 5 real human beings that are living, breathing people to the graveyard, which we saw in the episode where Yugi and Bakura duel in the Shadow Realm, and he sends Joey and Tristan separately at separate times to the Shadow Realm, or not to the Shadow Realm, to the graveyard, and they almost get attacked by the Reaper of Cards before they get saved, right?
Guess who we get to see attack 5 men?
5 defenseless, actual, real, flesh and blood human beings.
Yeah, they're defenseless because 4Kids edited out all their guns.
Yep. Yeah, no, they did have guns, but 4Kids edited them into pointing fingers. Literally, that's not a joke. They literally did that.
Yeah,
again, several times over the course of these episodes. Yes.
So I was looking through the differences in adaptations for this particular part.
Yes.
Because I was expecting to see something along the lines of shots of, the blood all over the walls was edited out for this scene. Because it really did feel like the Man-Eater Bug killed and ate like those dudes, and then they all went into a pot and went to the graveyard.
Yeah, I'm surprised, now I'm looking at it, I'm surprised not to see, I'm surprised not to see, 5 people were gruesomely murdered by the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Like, nothing about that. So, okay, fine. But here's the thing that I do want to talk about. So in the episodes, we keep hearing that Bakura's motivation is that little Bakura betrayed him, and so he wants Mokuba's body as a host to live inside, or the spirit within the ring wants to live inside Mokuba's body. That is not the case in the original release.
Do tell.
Because in the original release, Bakura wants Mokuba's body because he wants to steal his keys to the Kyber Corp building.
Oh.
That's kind of funny. It's a little bit funny.
That is funny.
Tell me it isn't funny. He's gonna steal the keys and then just walk in and nobody's gonna be like, who's this guy?
Now I own Kyber Corp.
I own Kyber Corp because I stole the key from a 10-year-old.
Yeah, clearly, right, some backstory, some reason why was not shown in the 4Kids step.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But, truly, what could his plan be?
He just walks up to the front door, unlocks it, and walks in, and a security guard is like, "What are you doing?"
He goes in.
Kaiba?
I'm Kaiba, it's me.
I'm Kaiba, you're Kaiba.
I have Kaiba's keys. Only Kaiba could have Kaiba's keys.
He opens the doors and lets the people
Don't believe
in.
this. Don't believe this imposter. Oh God, which one do I shoot?
So here's the other thing, right, about this, is that I think, again, this is maybe implying that little Bakura is, a little bit more complete, because, there's nothing mentioned about little Bakura betraying Yami Bakura in the original, as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So
they might legitimately be, on the same page.
They might be.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Bakura is one of the weirder adaptations.
It's time to dissect, going into the mind of Bakura.
Enter your mind.
Bakura Duel Monster. Welcome to Game Theory. Let's try to diagnose Bakura.
Let's
not to dig at Game Theory.
I mean,
let's not.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about Toon World.
I mean, you're not wrong, but let's move on.
Yeah, no. So, basically, we're still on the Bakura, Tristan side plot.
Tristan knocks Bakura out by throwing the unconscious body of Mokuba at him, and then
catching him off guard,
and then hitting him in some fashion.
So Tristan literally just says, "This Mokuba empty." Yeet, and throws a child at Bakura at full force, and then steals the Millennium Ring, and then throws it into the forest.
Because he also
he says this Millennium Ring empty,
Yeet.
and I quote, yeet.
Yes. And then it gets lost in the forest forever.
Forever. We'll never see the Millennium Ring again.
We'll never see the Millennium Ring or Evil
it's gone
Bakura
out of the
ever
show
again.
forever.
Tristan saved the day.
Certainly not in the last 2 episodes.
Certainly not again recently.
So, back to the duel.
So yeah, Tristan actually saved Mokuba's body, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, he
Good
did.
job.
Good job, Tristan. You're mid-key, the most important character in the show.
Mid-key, baby!
Mid-key!
One step above low-key, not quite high-key, though.
Not quite Thor, either.
Ha! So Toon World...
Toon World gets played, we get to hear the song again, it's great.
We get to hear the song again.
It's very good.
And then we get Toon Ryurun, Toon...
Red Archery Girl.
Toon, the one in the clam shell.
Toon Mermaid.
Then Toon, not Toon Celtic Guardian, but
Toon
Summon Skull.
Because Pegasus does some stuff and says, that card in your graveyard is mine now. And guess what? It's a Toon.
We do have to talk about Doppelganger.
Oh my god, Doppelganger.
Oh my god, Doppelganger was great. It was so unsettling to watch. So we've seen Doppelganger... You can leave that in.
Okay, sure.
Doppelganger, we've seen before in his match against Kaiba, where he plays the card and it's like the funny little cat friend. And I'm sure that the funny little cat friend had some interesting animation in that episode, but... Oof!
It's ramped up in this one.
It was wild in this one. They turned it all the way up. They pulled out all the stops. It was maybe the most unsettling thing I've ever seen, but in a way that made me like, I want to animate.
What's great is that Pegasus was talking to Doppelganger as if it understood him. And then Doppelganger wrapped around Pegasus and whispered in his ear.
Yes!
Which was so creepy,
and I'm like, even if this is programmed, why?
Because Pegasus is so unbelievably extra.
Me too.
Just so extra.
Yeah, but
what
does
that mean?
Pegasus, you've got to get up to date on modern slang.
So
I'm
Pegasus,
sorry, I haven't been around Twitter. I keep on getting harassed by this person named Stan who keeps posting pictures of K-pop idols.
Stop. Pegasus, do you know how, like, during one of your 3 cheese breaks during the day, you eat 20 pieces of cheese?
Yes.
That's extra.
Extra cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Now pretend that you consuming the cheese, you're the extra.
So I'm larger than life.
You know what, Pegasus? I'd say you're a little cheesy.
I don't get
it. Toon World's causing a ruckus. Doppelganger's causing a ruckus. And it doesn't look great
there's so many...
For the Yugmeisters.
There's so many tunes. And
they accidentally, whoopsie doodle. They did a transphobia. Oops. They did
a little transphobia.
They did a teeny tiny transphobia.
Just a little itty bitty one.
Yeah, they had the Toon Summon Skull make
bat eyes and
beautiful
have
bat
lipstick.
eye kissy face.
And then Pegasus
lipstick.
was like, "Oh, it's a sensitive monster," or some whatever.
Some absolute garbage. So we've been making the joke that like Pegasus is like incredibly unwoke in every way, but he's still just like trans rights. But now we can't even give him that.
I know.
We can't even do that for him. I have no redeeming qualities.
All right, guess it's time for you to leave the show. Wait a couple more episodes for me. Just wait.
I make all of you look good. That's what I'm here for.
You got me there, Pegasus.
He has a point.
I love you.
Do you?
Love you too.
We really need to find a replacement for him.
Yeah, we need to talk about Pegasus.
I don't mean to like think too far ahead, but I'm sure we can find somebody in Fighting Foodons that can kind of, you know.
Hey guys, what you talking about?
Nothing, Pegasus.
No, don't worry about it.
Cheese?
Not
sure. I'll take some.
I ate it all.
Oh, that's extra.
That is extra.
That's pretty extra.
That's pretty extra, yeah.
All right, well, I'll be around for a while.
Okay. All right, Pegasus.
So, cool.
Okay, yeah, Toon World happens.
Toon World happens!
Yeah, and it's the same garbage as always. Monsters can't be attacked. They
go inside the book.
They go inside the book.
But also, the clam for the Toon Mermaid just says, no, you can't hit me?
Yeah.
That happens.
It decides that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. Toons are weird.
Yeah.
In a good way.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I love the tunes. And, we were having a lot of fun when the tunes were out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the animation always gets so wild whenever the Toon cards are in play, which is wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, do we want to start talking about the counterattack? Because this was the highlight for me. This was absolutely, the best part of all of these episodes.
Absolutely.
Do you mind if I start to dig into it a little bit?
Please. Go for it. Go for it.
Yugi and Yami Yugi have an internal conversation about how they're going to stop Pegasus. And me personally, I was expecting some Attack the Moon stuff, some we just have to find out we have a new power that makes our mind unreadable, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But what they actually end up doing works so well within the context of the show and what we know Yugi can already do that, I'm just floored. It doesn't involve top decking. It's more strategic than that. What they do is they agree to switch places every turn, so neither of them will know what cards are being played. So even if Pegasus reads their mind, whichever one of their beings is present in the body of Yugi won't even know their own cards on the field.
Yeah.
So they just keep switching back and forth every single turn so they can play different cards and stuff. And they're just we just gotta trust each other and just throw a card down and then I'll flip it over or I'll activate its special effect and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And there's attacks where for each step of the attack, they just flip back and forth.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It wasn't even a Deus Ex Machina because it works so well with what they can already do.
Exactly.
It's so cool.
It's so incredibly cool because Pegasus reading people's minds has been the big threat from the start, basically, from episode 2. And now, this is a strategy that they theoretically could have used from the beginning. Theoretically could have used to maybe defeat Pegasus even in the VHS duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't. They didn't know that they could do this. But they both had to come to an agreement that that Small Yugi had to acknowledge Big Yugi.
Well,
and that they switch back and forth.
It's fully a result of the character development that they received a few episodes ago where they started trusting each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
That resulted in this. And it's so unexpected. It's just I love it so much.
It's very good. It's so good.
It's great because they're at the end of their ropes, and Teia's you got this. You have magic too. Pegasus isn't the only one with a Millennium item. And Yugi's oh yeah, I can do stuff.
Yeah. And it's
what can I do? I can swap places with this spirit in this puzzle.
Yeah, it
feels... It works, and it's good.
It honestly, it feels like if this were a video game, this would be an exploit that speedrunners use.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not even a glitch. It's they're just using it. They're just using the tools the game gives you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's unbelievably good.
Yeah. What do they call it?
Mind Shuffle.
Mind Shuffle. Yeah. Mind Shuffle is totally legal in glitchless speedruns.
Oh yeah. Glitchless Duelist Kingdom speedruns.
Yeah. It's a valid trade. Honestly, speedrunners have gotten season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! They've gotten it down to 5 to 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ours was like what? We're probably at like 20 episodes of our podcast ish, maybe a few more. So we're not taking like 40 episodes, but we're getting pretty good times. We're on the leaderboard at least.
We are on the leaderboard,
for speedrunning Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, we're like, we're not adopting like a lot of the most current strats, but we're,
Well, it's like a casual speedrun,
Yeah.
It's our first try. Like
it is also our first try.
Again.
Yeah. Well, season 2 of Deck of Friendship, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1
of Yu-Gi-Oh! Again,
but faster.
But faster.
We're going for world record.
Moment. We go into each moment where Yugi can use Mind Shuffle to win immediately.
Yeah.
So all of them?
Here's the thing. In glitch speedruns, they get Yugi like glitched right through the castle. They clip right through the castle.
We skip all the Mai development, unfortunately. But
skip all the Mai, unfortunately, but like you do a zip, and Yugi just goes straight up to Pegasus's tower.
Yeah,
and it activates the final cutscene. It's crazy.
Because Bakura's already there. And
his body is stored there for the game's
for
code.
that scene. Yeah,
and then you can go into Pegasus's secret room and find all the concept art.
Yeah.
Really creative choice,
honestly.
Very bold.
Yeah.
So Pegasus starts to lose it because his winning strat is no longer viable,
and Dark Magician is currently inside Magic Hats, and
of course,
normally Pegasus would be able to just tell where he was. But now?
Who knows?
He can't.
Pegasus attacks one of the hats and it's like, "It's over, Yugi." Wait.
But then it isn't.
Wait, what? And then he has a little bit of a little breakdown for a second. His first of about 4 breakdowns this episode.
What the heck? Oh my gosh. I stole a bunch of souls and now everyone is mad at me.
I feel so attacked right now. I was just coming out here to have fun.
I was just doing...
Cancel culture is so toxic.
I was just being selfish. So how does this go?
They put some cards on the field.
We're digging in. We were sort of taking a bird's eye view for a minute, but we're digging in now. So here's the deal. Dark Magician is in one of the hats. Pegasus attacks twice. I think he skips once. And he just can't get that wily Dark Magician.
So he retreats everyone back into Toon World or something.
Yes, something like that.
And then Small Yugi gets a card and just sets it, and it's Mirror Force. And then immediately switches to Yami Yugi, so we don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah.
And neither does Yami Yugi or Pegasus.
And then I think, then Yugi does another face down card. So Pegasus activates Magical Neutralizing Force, which is quite a mouthful. And it gets rid of magical effects, I guess. So it just gets rid of the remaining hats and reveals the Dark Magician.
And they don't acknowledge it, but from then onward, Dark Magician just has a little top hat. It's really cute. just a little tiny little top hat.
Yeah.
On the top of his headdress.
Also, the Magical Neutralizing Force Field, as it is officially known, is anime only.
Mm.
Of course.
Which is weird because
Pegasus only.
Because it's not. It's actually no.
I printed it for myself.
No, it's used again.
It's used in other episodes, but it's also not that crazy of a card compared to the other ones.
That's
fair.
Attack the moon.
So yeah. Magic Neutralizing Force gets rid of the hats, and then in the next episode, or I guess not in the next episode.
No, it's this one because
it is still episode. It's all still the same turn. It's a big paragraph.
Dark Magician is just there, and Pegasus is like, "No, it's my turn to wreck you."
Yeah,
and attacks, and then
Yugi activates Living Arrow.
Yes,
targeting. So the Living Arrow can bind itself to any other card for its effect, and then shoot at somebody and use that effect on whatever it's targeted. We've seen it once before when it destroyed the something, and I can't remember. But now is what's important, and now the magic neutralizing force is what is binded, and it destroys Toon World.
It does. And I also think it's important to point out that this is a card that Yugi plays, and then Yami Yugi executes without knowing that it's there.
Yes. Trust
Which
and
is
friendship.
Absolutely awesome. It's so cool. It's like a winning strat. And like Yami Yugi just had to trust that Yugi knew what he was doing.
That moment happens later because actually Yugi switches back mid-turn to activate Living Arrow.
I lied.
That's still cool, though.
Yeah. It's still cool.
Though. Yami Yugi's like, maybe Yugi knows what to do.
Basically. And the moment Marbles is talking about is also exceptionally cool, but it's later.
Yes. So, Toon World's gone.
Toon World's gone.
Which is sad, but necessary.
Yeah, and then we're like, cool, now what? Because there's 2 more episodes.
Yeah. And then Pegasus is like, hey, guess what? I'm still attacking you, though, dog. And then Yugi, once again, comes back and is like, hey, what up? I activate Mirror Force. That destroys all of the now non-Toon monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
And
in
it
a
takes
single turn...
Pegasus from 2,000 life points to 600.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it feels so awesome to watch.
And then part 2 of the boss battle starts, because once you get a boss down to half health, or less, they start their second phase, which is the shadow game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pegasus throws an adult fit.
Yeah.
And then plunges them into
No, that's not
I don't
fair.
like it! You're cheating!
You're cheating!
And then he plunges their duel into the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Because that's what adults do to handle their problems.
Yeah.
Especially deep and complex adults with tragic backstories that justify their actions, like Pegasus.
Yes, Pegasus is totally redeemed in the upcoming episode.
I'm multi-dimensional!
I totally understand his motivations and feel for him, and he should have gotten a win instead of being a tragic villain.
In reflection, we were the evil ones, and actually, we should have given in to colonialism.
I love colonialism!
You know, to be fair to the Yugi gang, they read all this, but they aren't like, "Aw, poor Pegasus." They just kind of move on.
And they're kind of like,
yeah,
well,
whatever.
I guess that's fine for you, but like
that sucks,
cool.
Pegasus. Maybe learn to be a better person.
Maybe, hey, instead of next time you're feeling some form of grief,
talk to someone
over the loss of a loved one. Instead of resurrecting the Hell Games to try and plunge the entire world into darkness just to bring a person whom you lost back, try taking up a new hobby, such as knitting, or maybe there's a lot of fun tutorials online, and you could learn how to draw, or you could
join a book club.
You could make some cartoons. It seems like you like cartoons.
Yeah.
Join a book club, make some friends.
Or, maybe take up something that that the lost loved one, left behind to sort of...
Gardening?
Yeah, to sort of, maintain their legacy and keep them alive in your heart.
Or write a story about them. Maybe make a manga. Maybe call it Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. I don't know.
Many have tried, but many have failed. It's time for me to attempt human transmutation.
No. That's no.
Wrong show. Yeah.
Pegasus, don't you know the laws of equivalent exchange?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Oh, that hit me like a ton of bricks. Ray.
I physically recoiled once I realized. Yu-Gi-Oh!
I can't take this.
I'm so sorry. Welcome to 3
No, that was wonderful. So everybody's in the Shadow Realm.
So, only Yugi, Yami, Yugi, and Pegasus are in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Everyone else is excluded. Friends are excluded from the Shadow Realm.
Not for long. The friends see a big bubble
of badness.
Yeah. Tristan has met up with the rest of the gang. He is carrying both Bakura and Mokuba over each of his shoulders.
And he's just like, I saved Mokuba, whatever. What's going on?
Yeah. And
And then Joey's like, no, give us the detail.
Yeah.
And then he explains what just happened in the past 3 episodes to him. I'm like, thanks, Tristan.
Watch this handy recap. It'll tell you what happened in the episodes leading up to this one. Of course, Netflix gives you the option to skip it if you want, but I like to watch it for a solid refresh.
Tristan, what's a Netflix?
Joey, have you seen the latest season of Stranger Things?
Well, you see, Netflix is where a enormous corporation mails you as many VHS tapes as you want.
Did you just call me an enormous corporation?
I'm lost in the bet.
Because
there's
VHS.
so many.
Anyway,
there's so many layers. There's too many layers.
There's so many layers to this bit that even I don't know where we're at now.
This bit is like an onion.
Yeah. Okay.
There's another one. There's a new layer.
There's a third layer now.
Yep.
We're in a shadow game. There's only one layer to the shadow game. Pegasus is cheating again.
I'm cheating.
I'm cheating because now we're in the shadow realm for some reason.
What do you think the Big Five... Could we just take a moment to catch up with the Big Five? Because they're watching this duel in the Kaibacorp office, presumably. Like, do you think they just shut off the recording at some point? It's like...
Yeah, after a while, they're just like, well, this is useless to us.
Yeah, they're like, we can't air a storm.
We can't even see the rest of the duel,
Our compatriot in our business shadiness told us that we were going to be able to record the defeat of this young child that would bring our company back to relative fame. But instead, he just stood across from him for a while and yelled about how much he was cheating, and then summoned
also
a giant
to
dark
one
cloud,
of his
and then we
monsters.
couldn't see anything that was happening for the rest of the game.
At some point, they just switched to a football game. They're like, whatever.
Yeah. They're watching YouTube poops.
Okay.
They're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube poops.
Everybody put your ha.
Ray, I've never heard you do the YouTube poop jokes.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I feel enlightened.
Okay, so here's the deal. Relinquished.
Wait,
Yikes.
we haven't even addressed the fact that regular Yugi can't survive in the Shadow Realm.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Regular Yugi is allergic to Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
he will
him
literally
hives.
die if he stays in regular Yugi form.
It's true.
So they can't do Mind Shuffle.
They can't. Well, they can and do, but they shouldn't.
At peril of Yugi.
At peril of Yug.
But we'll get there. So,
hey, does that have any Shadow Realm in it? I'm terribly allergic. I bust out in hives.
I could actually die from overexposure.
Oh, this is all Shadow Realm. Here, I'll get you, do you like pie?
No, but Bakura does.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. All of our food is grilled on the same grill that we use to cook Shadow Realm on. So you're probably not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to eat anything on the menu except for this pie.
Okay.
I baked this one myself.
I was saving it for my mother. Tragic backstory.
Master Pegasus, those aren't pies. They're bombs.
What?
Sorry, just adding another layer to
Just a new layer, whatever.
How many layers of Dante's Inferno are we in right now?
We're nearing the bottom. We're nearing the bottom.
No. Okay, Shadow Game.
We've gotta be. If we're not, then I don't know. We'll be locked down here forever.
Bad. Shadow Game bad. Relinquish bad.
Friends good.
Friends good. What was the other one? The other bad one? The bad relinquished? The worst relinquished?
Oh!
There's relinquished and then there's big smelly relinquished.
And before that there was Dark Eyes Illusionist who, was only in there for 3 seconds.
They got, sacrificing the Black Illusion ritual.
Yeah, it's Pegasus was like, I made this card specially for this duel.
How clear do you have to be that you just don't care about the rules of your own game?
Yeah.
Why didn't he just make a card that says if I play this I win?
Or
I made this card especially for this duel.
It's called Karibo.
Oh, you're right.
This card This card gives me 10,000 life points every turn, and it
Well, nice
can't
card.
be destroyed by magic.
This card says Yugi Moto will give me his wallet. Oh, better do it. Better do it, Yugi. You
Or
gotta
I'll
follow the
win.
rules of the game or I'll win.
This card says that Tristan and Taya have to take me to Burger World. Their
Take me to
treat.
Burger World. Their treat.
Hey, Pegasus, why does this one say right foot red?
It actually says red rum. Another layer, another layer,
Oh my
another
God.
layer.
Another layer. Let's go.
Okay.
We're in it now.
In order, there's some stuff that goes down. There's the Black Illusion ritual that happens, which
Yeah.
we get. What do we get from that?
Relinquished. And then
Relinquished.
after that, Feral Imp.
Feral Imp!
Feral Imp. He's here to save the day. It's his big moment.
He is destroyed
He
instantly.
gets killed immediately.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. So, Yugi is like, okay, let me do this. I can do this. I can draw one more card and set it, and it'll be okay. And he does that and also sets Feral Imp in defense mode, and then passes out.
And he dies.
And then he dies.
Then he dies.
Yugi dies. And then
Yugi legitimately dies.
Kind of,
Mhm.
yeah.
And then Yami Yugi's like, well?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Yami Yugi's
Well,
like,
this is awkward.
well, I kind of had a sworn duty to protect the child, but,
Oof.
well. And then Grandpa.
Can't win 'em
Grandpa
all.
comes and does a morale boost.
Grandpa, once again, maybe the most powerful psychic, in this show.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. Because he doesn't even have a Millennium item.
He doesn't even have a Millennium item. Grandpa just astral projects through into the Shadow Realm from his hospital bed while his soul is in another room.
Because he felt his grandson die?
But then he says, Yugi's not dead. Anyway.
As long as his friends still believe in him,
Yeah.
he still exists.
Meanwhile, outside...
So wait, is Yugi like Santa? Another
Yes.
layer, another layer.
Another layer.
So while this is happening and we're having a Yugi is dead crisis, all the friends outside are like, did Yugi just die?
Yeah, they all feel it.
They all feel Yugi die.
They all feel Yugi's presence, and then they all feel Yugi's presence go away.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, let's not read into that.
As if one Yugi cried out all at once, and then were silenced. Another layer.
Alright,
Call my therapist. Tell him he's a wealthy man.
who wants to talk about the next great thing that happens with friendship?
There's a lot in this episode, yo. Come on.
Narrow it down for me just a little.
Okay, so after... Hold on, let me sort this out in my brain.
Of course.
Okay, after Grandpa comes, the friends outside are like, no, Yugi's okay. He's there, but we need to help him. And Yami Yugi draws a card, and Pegasus is about to read his mind.
Yeah.
And isn't able to because Yugi's friends
A
block him
JPEG
from
of Yugi's
reading...
friends flashes across his mind.
Yes, and they stop Pegasus from reading
so
Yami
cool.
Yugi's brain.
Yeah.
And they all
It
look
was
like they're
such a
about to
great
beat
moment.
him up.
And then they all throw some words at him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
monologue at him. It's sick.
It's
Yeah.
so good. And Teia's holding unconscious Yugi.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's
and
exceptional.
My mind reading powers, why aren't they working? Because you don't believe in friendship, and also, you kind of suck, and also, you're really extra, and also, you talked about cheating for 45 minutes, and I'm really uncomfortable.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happened. So
And that's what happened.
even though Yugi is unconscious, there is still no way that Pegasus can penetrate Yami Yugi's mind and read
Because-
all of his cards. Because of
the friends
power.
keep blocking him out. And it's so cool.
It's so cool. The power of friendship rules.
It was so good, and it even had a flashback to the first episode where they put their hands together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they do physically put their hands together.
I know,
Yes.
it's so good!
So good.
I actually started tearing up during the scene. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
this is
same.
very powerful. Okay.
And then,
So then Yugi does some stuff.
Yugi does some cool stuff.
Okay, so Pegasus did there's a bomb monster called Jigen Bakudan,
Mm-hmm.
who Pegasus's plan, we didn't even talk really about what Relinquish does. So Relinquished...
It absorbs friends.
Relinquish absorbs friends, and it's really, really gross and upsetting to look at and take in with the eyes, and it only gets worse. And we were all having so much fun when the tunes were around, and then, as soon as Relinquish showed up, we were all, like, dead silent, just watching. Because it was legitimately very tense and gross and upsetting.
And it made weird noises.
Well, you see, it's symbolic of the fact that on the outside, Pegasus looks like a fun, bouncy villain type character, but it only masks the true evils of colonialism that he has committed in his lifetime.
And he's not even that good at hiding it.
He's not. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
So
Relinquish is here absorbing friends and using them against you.
Right, so Relinquish, eats a friend, and then Yugi attacks, and the friend is destroyed, but Relinquished remains, and Yugi takes the life point damage. And then that happens, and then some other stuff happens, and then Relinquish eats Dark Magician.
Yep.
And that sucked.
And Dark Magician just is constantly staring at Yami Yugi help.
Yeah.
Just
that was something.
Honestly, they legit cut to a shot of a close-up on Dark Magician just staring into into Yugi's soul.
And it's just disturbing.
Honestly. So yeah, and then there's Jigen Bakugan, who, after 3 turns or whatever, will self-destruct and destroy Relinquished, and, more importantly, Dark Magician, and then that will get rid of Yugi's life points and win the duel. And since Relinquished on its own doesn't have attack or defense, apparently it doesn't, if it takes damage, then it doesn't turn into life point damage because nothing is technically being subtracted. But what I will also say about that is if that's how it worked back then, it's not how it works now.
All right.
But anyway, whatever. Then Yugi does some stuff.
Yugi does a lot of stuff, okay? Yugi draws brain control and uses it to take control of Relinquish, right?
Yes, but importantly, he also does the mystic box. There's a lot in this episode.
Yeah.
We use all the...
He does a mystic box, and he steals Dark Magician back.
And then puts the Jigen Bakugan into the Relinquished gross body.
Right, and I'm like, cool, Yugi won. That's it. It blows up, and he's good.
But
then he decides to do extra stuff.
Then he does extra stuff. Well, here's the thing. Then he does brain control, right? And takes control of Relinquished. And Relinquished goes over to Yugi's side. Now, Pegasus has literally no cards on the field. Certainly, the Dark Magician could just attack and win, right?
Nah.
What fun would that be?
Yami Yugi, especially, is extra.
Extra?
I think I get it now. I'm taking notes.
So yeah, he activates the Dark Magic Ritual, which is the card that Yugi set down before passing out earlier. And Yami Yugi keeps being like the final blow of this duel will be because of that young man's courage. It's you can just attack. I guess you're trying to be symbolic, but you can just attack. It's fine, but whatever.
You can just end the duel
it now.
Whatever,
it's fine.
It's okay.
And then here's the other thing. He tributes the Dark Magician and Jigen Bakugan, not, I would imagine, Jigen Bakugan and Relinquished. Right? To summon the Magician of Black Chaos?
Right.
But maybe the Dark Magician is an essential component.
Maybe. It is a magician.
But then Magician of Black Chaos is there, and he's the coolest.
Yeah.
And pretty clearly gay. He has a lot of belt buckles on him.
He did an attack, and I was like, I'm gay.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The Magician of Black Chaos is there's obviously goth gay is very popular, but I feel like Magician of Black Chaos is more of a metal gay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. He's got the eyeliner streaks and
Yeah.
everything. I will, let's see. His entry in my official Yami Yugi character and monster guide says, the Magician of Black Chaos is fueled by the chaotic energies of the Beyond. The spellcaster channels the power to blast the dark energy sphere at his opponents. He gave Pegasus fits during the Duelist Kingdom finals. And fits he did give him.
And fits.
No.
I just wanted to read that because I have it here and I'm utilizing
utilize
it.
a resource. So Pegasus gets the
relinquished is relinquished back to him.
Yeah, relinquished is relinquished back. And okay, sure.
And then more stuff happens.
More stuff. So he summons the Thousand Eyes Idol.
Then he polymerizations them with the Thousand Fusion Thousand Eyes Restrict. That wasn't a real sentence, I'm sorry.
He polymerizes it with relinquished to form the Thousand Eyes Restrict, which is literally the worst monster we've ever seen.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's like when you beat an RPG boss in like an old JRPG, and then it's like, oh, well, check out my final form, and then it's just a mess.
Sin.
You look at it, and you're like, I don't like
sin
that.
Incarnate.
Anyways, the moral of the story is that if you have scopophobia, don't watch this episode.
It's a little rough. There's a lot of eyes.
It's got a lot of eyes
really
in it.
eyes.
There's a lot of eyes.
Okay, you know what?
And also, don't watch Fullmetal Alchemist, because that also has a lot of eyes.
I know that the Thousand Eyes Restrict is like the big, gross monster, but I don't want to discredit the grossness of the Thousand Eyes Idol just on its own.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Of course. It is also disgusting.
I just want to make sure that we're all seeing this image.
Can you not? Oh.
No, I'm seeing it.
It's a potato with a cape.
Also, it has a traffic cone on its head.
It has a traffic cone on its head. It's dressed like a Batman villain if the Batman villain was an eldritch potato.
Yeah.
You take a Mr. Potato Head, you spray paint it green, you give it a really disgusting fuzzy texture, and then you put eyepieces all over it.
A wicked entity that controls the hearts of men. Its thousand eyes are able to see and expand the negative influence in an individual's soul. The Thousand Eyes Idol sucks.
Yep. Let's talk about Thousand Eyes Restrict, which paralyzes monsters. But Yugi stops that by using Karibo and Multiply to cover up all the eyes and explode on it, so the eyes can't work anymore. And also it deals him 300 damage, so he's down to 1.
So Yugi has 100 life points.
And then says, Magician of Black Chaos, kill that thing.
Kill it.
Kill this clown. Kill this clown.
Yugi wins.
He does. Yugi wins! And then they get to have their whole, congratulatory ceremony, and Yugi is alive.
And then the episode just ends.
Yeah, I kind of skirted quickly over Karibo, who is the MVP of this game.
Absolutely. We got to see that cool Karibo wall strategy from the Kaiba episode, but in this time, nobody threatened to kill themselves, so it worked.
And also, it was on an offensive mode, too.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
And then that's the episode. And we're like, that's it?
Yeah, it just ends right after the duel.
There's some yays, we won!
Oh wait, where's Pegasus?
And Pegasus ran away.
And then,
I'm a little garbage boy!
And then that's the end of the episode. And then we were like, nah, let's keep going.
We gotta see what happens. Cause we want to.
Because we wanted to. And
we made a tragic mistake.
And we're in control of our lives, and that's not always a good thing.
Oh, here's what also happened. Bakura woke up and was like, I'll watch Mokuba, and then he was evil.
Bakura's still evil.
Bakura's still evil.
He lost his Millennium Ring, but then it just reappears, which is kind of like,
Boomerang.
Yeah, kind of like, it is a Millennium Boomerang, but also it's kind of cheating, Yeah. It's kind of cheating. Like, they went through all that trouble just to, get rid of it, and, it's kind of cheating.
They canceled all of
They canceled Yami Bakura already, And
I can't
now
believe
he's just
Twitter
out here.
canceled me again.
He's already out here posting content again, like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
just
Okay,
yeah.
So here's the deal. Aftermath. There are 2 stories in Aftermath.
And only one of them involves Pegasus.
And only one of them is good. And which one do you think it is? Actually, neither of them are good. Now that I'm thinking about
Actually,
it.
both of them were very not.
It was
good.
a little tough to swallow.
Yeah.
Can I talk about Pegasus's backstory just because I'm so invested in Pegasus?
Yeah, let's hear
as a
Pegasus's
terrible character.
tragic backstory.
So Pegasus runs away. And then he goes to that secret room in his castle with all the concept art in it. And he's looking at the cards that have all the souls in them, and he's like,
And Yugi's already clipping through the wall.
Lost. Yeah. Yeah. Yugi's clipping through all the walls. He's no clipping to get there.
Some textures aren't loading properly.
Yeah, he's like out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of
the
looks
map.
like Pegasus is floating in the air, but the collision is still active.
Yeah. Video games. Anyways, Pegasus is like, I can't believe I lost, but I'm an honorable man of my word, which is a weird thing for me to say this late in the game. After spending an entire season stealing souls and cheating at a children's card game, I guess I have to honor my commitment and free the souls of the innocent. So he frees Grandpa, who wakes up in a hospital bed, Kaiba, who wakes up in dungeon, and Mokuba, who wakes up in the balcony where Bakura is just chilling.
Yeah, I guess actually watching.
And he goes, "Where's my keys?"
And Bakura's like, I've got them.
I have no idea. You must have dropped them while you were a soulless husk being carried around a castle for 45 years.
It's a big castle. You might as well forget about them.
Speaking of keys, oh wait, we haven't finished Pegasus yet. You can finish.
Yeah, we'll get to the key. We'll get to the Keyblade in a second.
Yeah, so Pegasus is lamenting, and then Bakura walks into the room and is like,
do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game with me? And all of a sudden, everybody remembers that Bakura did a big evil and erased their brains. And then they didn't know he was evil, but now they remember that Bakura is a big evil boy. And Pegasus is like, what sort of game do you have in mind? Want to play some Yahtzee? Want to play some Mario Party 2? It's my favorite one. And Bakura is like, actually, I'm going to play this mind laser game where we shoot mind lasers at each other, and whoever has the stronger mind laser wins.
I actually like Mario Party 9.
The one where they incorporate mind lasers.
The one where they're all in the same car.
No!
Oh. And it lasts like 5 seconds. It was the quickest Shadow game, but
it's
also
the quickest Mario Party 9 game in the universe.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a Mario Party 9 game in the Shadow Realm.
Bakura...
And the worst part is that they were all in the same car.
That was the worst part.
Bakura did a quick tarot card reading with Duel Monsters.
Yeah,
and was like,
he did.
Hey, Pegasus, you're a broken lover who has hidden intentions, and I'm gonna kill you.
That's what all of these say. I just did a really fast tarot reading. Step 1, you're brokenhearted. Step 2, you have hidden intentions. Step 3, I'm gonna kill you.
That's literally what he said.
That's basically it.
He flipped over the future card, and it was just a gun. It was just Bakura holding a gun.
Pointing.
No, he was just
Bakura had a gun.
pointing at him. Bakura had all the guns that got edited out of the show.
There were some attached to the Millennium Ring.
You know that like meme where it's like, you know, somebody and then they Photoshop a hand reaching out and it's like super threatening.
This? Oh no.
Bakura just does that for real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then does something with Millennium Eye.
He does steal Pegasus's whole eyeball.
Yeah, and then Croquet's like, none of your business, kids, keep moving.
Yeah, and like his lackeys are like dragging, Pegasus's lackeys are dragging his semi-conscious body down the stairs, And they're like, Yugi's like, what happened to Pegasus? And they're like, don't worry about it, it's fine.
What about my grandpa?
That's not my department.
Not my department.
Yeah, Croquet says, that's not my department.
And
I don't
then-
get paid enough for this trash.
And then we were all validated and treating him like trash all season.
Yeah, because he was a jerk to Yugi.
Yeah.
Even after the Shadow Game garbage was over with, he's like not even amicable. He's like, I'm still garbage. You really are.
Thanks, Pegasus. I know you just lost your eye and are probably dying, but thanks.
So then they go into Pegasus's room, and Taya reads his diary.
Yeah,
you want to talk about that?
May I?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So Pegasus has a long-lost lover, as in she's dead. Her name is Cecilia. And he met her when he was just a young lad at one of those big fancy rich people parties where they eat the little cheeses on the toothpicks. You know the ones.
Anyone who was anyone was there.
Yeah. Capitalism. So he, he falls in love, and then he's just in love with her forever, and he gets really obsessive and paints 1,050,000 pictures of her.
There's literally a shot where there's like a dozen paintings of Cecilia all in the same room. It's just like, okay,
yeah,
all right,
bye. It's like, all right, Pegasus. It's like they spent the entire time hammering in that gay villain trope, and then at the last second did the most heterosexual stuff you could possibly do to a character.
And like, here's the thing too. At no point do we ever hear Cecilia's perspective on this whole thing. Like, we have no idea about like if Cecilia even cares about Pegasus.
Mm-hmm. She's just a plot device.
Yeah.
And then things get horribly silly. They got married and then she dies of a disease, and then he's like, so this is where things get, what was the verbology I used? Horribly silly. So Pegasus decides that he doesn't want to move on from his lover's death and just find a hobby, maybe join a local community group, like pick up garbage on the side of the road to make the world a better place.
Teaching kids how to draw.
Yeah, he could do that. He's literally a painter. He could do it. He's like decently talented. He's like, sorry, I only know how to draw one thing, but we'll go for it. We'll work with it. But he decides that instead of moving on, he's going to scour the globe for a way to do a human transmutation and deny the laws of equivalent exchange and bring his long-lost wife back from the dead.
Yeah. Honestly, here's the thing, right? Pegasus found the Millennium items, but, like, if he just went 300 yards in the other direction, he would have found the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, or at least a copy of the Philosopher's Stone.
He missed.
There was an entire Full Metal Alchemist fight happening while he was in the tombs.
Yeah, well, he was a couple miles out of Lior, where Father Cornello was manipulating a town with a false Philosopher's Stone and making them believe he was bringing them back to life, but actually, he was just transmuting birds. Hey, this was the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist.
Welcome.
I just summarized it in 10 seconds. So Pegasus decides to scour the globe. He misses Lior by like half a mile. And then he's in Egypt, and he has decided that the secret to bringing the dead back to life is somewhere here. And he meets a friend named... Yes, you may.
Okay. So he encounters a man named Shadi, who leads him... Well, doesn't lead him, right? Like, Shadi is like, hey, Pegasus, you dork, go home. In those exact words. And then Shadi walks away, and Pegasus...
reverse psychology! Yeah. I'm supposed to follow him!
Yeah, Pegasus, even in the diary, was like, I followed Shadi against his will, or so I thought, and then that thought is never expounded upon.
Yeah, because Shadi is then like, why did you follow me?
Yeah, Shadi
warned you.
You're really overstepping my boundaries right now, and I'm very uncomfortable.
Shadi is immediately like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
I told you.
I literally just told you. You didn't heed
I called
my
you
words.
a nerd and everything.
Well, now you're here. We have to test you. You can't leave until we test you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they sit him down in a chair, and they're like, okay, which one looks better? One or two?
Let's
One,
try it with the Millennium
two.
Eye on. Try it with the Millennium Eye off.
Shoves it in
Can
there.
Can I see number 2 again?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think
One.
1 is clearer. Then that's where the Millennium Eye is going.
Okay.
Um,
And just puts
So-
it right in.
so,
Basically, it's supposed to either drive him insane, or if he's the chosen one,
yeah.
which I say with 8 million layers of egregious pain, then the eye won't reject him and drive him insane. And so the eye doesn't reject him and drive him insane. Therefore, he's the chosen one.
Now here's...
Pegasus,
So,
the guy from the show who's done nothing good this entire time and has only been the worst, is the chosen one.
Now,
For the Millennium Eye.
I have 2 thoughts on this, 2 possible outcomes of or 2 possible realities of this situation.
Please.
One, Pegasus has a massive ego, and we're relying on the word from his diary. And so, sure, it could have been a similar sort of situation, or maybe he just swiped the eye, and it doesn't matter if you're chosen or not. But here's my other theory.
I'm an unreliable narrator.
Here's my other theory, is that so when the spirit of the Millennium Eye is removed, or when the Millennium Eye is removed, we do see Pegasus, and unfortunately, he is not a teen. However, I still think that there could be a spirit in the Millennium Eye who is evil for sure, but just sort of lazy.
Yeah.
and chose
Yeah.
Pegasus.
It's just like,
'cause.
look, I want to get out of this cave. You want to get out of this cave. You seem super evil. Seems like we're on the same wavelength. Let's get out of here, dude, and start some chaos, huh?
You think I'm the chosen one? Yeah, whatever.
whatever.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Chosen one, you
Great Destiny and all that, but whatever. Yeah, let's get out there. Let's get out there. I need a churro, like now.
I've been in this cave for 900 years, and I have not gotten one of those churros from Costco, and I am dying for one.
Oh my god, I am now imagining Pegasus sticking a churro in his eye and the eye eating it, and it's the worst thing I've ever imagined.
No, but here's the thing, is that what I imagined is that, like, so I just imagined Pegasus sitting at one of those plastic Costco tables eating a churro, and that was 1,000,000 times funnier to me. just imagining Pegasus sitting at one of those garbage tables. I don't know if they're still garbage. They were, like, when I went to Costco like 9 years ago. Sitting there at the plastic table, just munching on a churro. And my life has never known joy greater than this.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Well, now I'm going to take a nap. Do whatever evil stuff you want.
And he takes the eye's advice.
But what about
does
my
a lot of evil
destiny?
stuff.
Your destiny is your wife or whatever. I'm just going to take a nap.
Your destiny is to get another churro. Well, I guess I have to. It's my dark duty. So yeah, that happens in the diary, and then they close it, and then basically, so Shadi actually just comes over.
Yeah.
He shows up at the castle because
Sends Pegasus a text, hey, what you doing?
yeah, he's hey, you up? And he shows up at the castle because there was a disturbance in the Millennium items, aka Bakura stealing a man's eyeball.
Yeah.
And the first thing he sees is Yugi, and since Yugi literally wears the Millennium puzzle around his neck, he's like, well, gotta search his mind first. And he does. He uses his Millennium Keyblade to unlock Yugi's brain.
To go into the altar of waking.
And he sees 2 doors. One door is a door that leads to En's room from Pokemon Black and White.
Yep.
It's literally just children's toys. This is the mind of an innocent one.
AKA Enharmonia from Pokemon Black and White. And then, just another layer. Another layer for y'all. Another layer. and then he opens the other door, which which is supposedly like Yami Yugi's like section.
Yami Yugi's like, who are you? You're here to check out my place? Okay, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah,
good luck.
It was literally
Don't die.
whole garbage argument of like, well, if you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't be nervous about me searching your entire brainscape.
You know what? Yami Yugi calls him out on it.
And he rolls with it too.
Yeah.
He's like, go for it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Here, I'll open all the doors. Opened all the doors.
Uh-oh,
Don't die.
his brain is full of death traps.
Now, if you don't mind me, I'll just be in the kitchen eating some cereal.
Hey, you want a churro?
You want a churro, Shoddy?
You want to... Shoddy, I really think you should try one of these churros.
Sure.
There is a Costco in my brain.
Yeah.
And you can go there and sit at the plastic table with me.
You know,
and
I
just
knew a
get
Millennium
Big
item
Munch on a
once
churro.
that really liked churros.
Wow.
So
Small
Shadi
world.
explores Yami Yugi's mind, and it's literally a maze with traps. And then he almost dies and gets trapped in Yami Yugi's mind. And regular Yugi, shows up and like, let me be a good protagonist and help you.
Yeah, that was like really chill of him.
It
and
was.
then they find a room where you see the slabs with the monster paintings on them, or not paintings, but carvings on them.
Yeah.
We have seen them before in like the flashbacks to like ancient Egypt shadow games. So we've seen people fight with these slabs before, but basically they're like ancient duel monster cards. And they're all just chilling out inside Yami Yugi's brain.
And then the
brainscape.
dark magician erupts from one of the slabs.
Which is cool because Dark Magician is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And he's Yugi's favorite card.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
And then Shoddy's like, maybe I can summon the blue-eyed white dragon to destroy the... And then
The
Yugi's
biggest
like,
enemy.
nah. It's cool. Watch
And
this.
then Shadi's like, why did the Dark Magician, who only serves the pharaohs of the past, listen to this child?
Because he's
Weird.
the chosen one.
I really
Yeah.
wanted...
He literally says that.
He
Yeah,
does. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
And then
After that,
Yugi
he's like,
says, and then
okay.
Yugi says to him, Yugi looks him in the eyes and says, Shoddy, I don't
Stop.
mind.
No. No, Marvel.
Happy 3 a.m.
So
Yugi-
here's the thing.
So that's it. Because
That's
Yugi
it.
stops the Dark Magician, Shadi's like, I've seen everything I needed to see.
Yeah.
Sorry for entering your mind without permission.
Anyway, bye. I'm
Yeah,
Shoddy.
you'll see me again later.
Bye, I'm Shoddy. Bye.
Bye.
And that's the episode.
That's the episodes.
It was paced really badly.
Yeah, well,
I would say that the Pegasus fight wasn't paced too
the
badly.
Pegasus
that
fight
was
was great. The
Aftermath.
This-
was.
Aftermath is
was
what
paced
I have a
horribly.
bone to pick with Aftermath.
Yeah. Here's the
This
thing.
should have been 2 episodes.
I really feel like Shoddy is like Shoddy is like so obsessed with the Chosen One stuff, but I'm still not sure that it's actually real and not just something that he's like into.
You see, I wrote this fan fiction. There's a new trend going around online called fanfiction.net.
Oh, I'm on that site.
Amazing.
I wrote a self-insert fanfiction where I placed myself into Super Smash Brothers.
You see, I wrote a self-insert fan fiction where me and Infinite from Sonic Forces are best friends.
I wrote a self-insert fanfiction where me and Infinite are one character slot in Smash Brothers.
We hold hands like the Ice Climber.
or like the parts in Sonic Forces where you and Sonic hold hands, but it's me and Infinite. It's way better.
Oh my god.
So that's the
Hey,
episode.
everyone, we're not quite done talking for the night, but if there was ever a time to remind you that you can leave us reviews on iTunes.
Is it now? Is it now, Marvel, where I'm talking about my self-insert where I fuse with Renamon, like in Digimon 3?
Well, I wasn't gonna like put your fan fiction just out there for our whole audience, but if you
want to self-promote, that's fine.
I want to self-sleep.
Me too.
I think we're all there.
I legit fell asleep.
Hey, welcome to Card Corner. Egg.
Egg.
All right, cool. That's Card Corner. Love it.
Egg.
So, hi.
So that was fun.
Hi, gamers. Hi, geeks and gamers and geeks
Hi,
and
I'm
gamers
geek and
and
gamers.
geeks and
Hello.
gamers.
Those things.
Hi, welcome to videogames.com.
Welcome to videogames.com, where we talk about all the hottest trailers for all the hottest new video games. In this episode, we're talking about
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening, Yu-Gi-Oh! Edition.
I've already beaten it twice.
Here's the deal. All right.
Unless we weren't actually talking about Link's
Here's
Awakening,
the
in which
deal.
case I'm sorry for bragging.
Here's the deal.
What's the deal?
What's the deal?
Is that I have a shout out that I need to shout out, and on September 18th, 19th, a new listener of the show, Thomas, sent us a really comprehensive episode guide for all seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh!, all seasons of Digimon, and all seasons of Pokemon. We don't particularly have any plans to talk about the Pokemon anime, but it is still, all of this is super duper useful, especially because it shows where all of the movies are canonically. So I wanted to give a special shout out to Thomas. Thank you so much, Thomas.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real
And
test. To train them
is my cause.
alongside that, we also have a new iTunes review.
It's new to us.
It's new to us. We haven't read it on the show before. It is from September 13th. So quite a couple weeks ago now. But we skipped a week.
That was Friday the 13th. Oh my
It
gosh.
was Friday the 13th.
It's a haunted iTunes review.
It's a haunted iTunes review.
Ninaj HDD says, good content, genuine deck of friendship. Would you like to take the wheel?
I can take the wheel. Sure.
Take the wheel. Take the wheel. It's stick shift though. Careful.
I don't know how to drive it.
Everyone put your hands in. We can do it together.
Yes, thank you.
We can do it together. We can.
I
learn stick.
Yeah, I rolled a like a 10 on my driving check, but thanks to friendship, you all helped out on the roll,
we just barely made it. Oh.
Yeah, and I got it. It got it boosted up to a 15, which does pass.
5 stars.
Layers and layers and more layers.
So Ninaj HDD gave us a 5-star review, saying, as Marble said, good content, genuine, deck of friendship. Honestly, I started listening to this for the amazingness of Marble's communist interpretation of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I stayed because these three are so heckin' adorable. Their friendship is a gift to listen to. Their genuine love for the media they watch is refreshing. Their bits are great, and their voices are cute to boot. Also, which weevil are you going to shoot, Pegasus?
I decided it was only fair to shoot both.
I guess we're both bugging out right now.
Oh, God. All the puns this episode have really cracked me up.
Hey, looks like our hand's been played. Thank you so much for listening to Deck of Friendship. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating on iTunes, and we will read it out on the show. Also, sharing with a friend helps us out a lot. Someone who's into Yu-Gi-Oh! Already, someone who's not into Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, or someone who has no idea what Yu-Gi-Oh! Even is. Also, we're in a couple episodes here, about to start on Season 2 of the show, where we're going to be starting to talk about Fighting Foodons, the first and only season. So look forward to that, and it's really now the perfect time to get get your friends into our show.
Because we're going to have a fresh start.
And if you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at Friendship Deck. for more fun stuff like the AMA that happened yesterday. And you can also email at us at deckofriendshippod@gmail.com. Our turn is over. It's your move.
Hey, Mars and Ray.
Hey, Marble.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
Woo-woo.
Ooh.